Today's dates are 1853 to 56, the Crimean War. The war was fought between Russia and then France, the Ottoman Empire, UK and Sardinia. There were two basic reasons for the war. The first is what is known as the Eastern Question. What does Europe do now that the Ottoman Empire is in decline? The empire was called the sick man of Europe, and its military strength was waning, such as ending its Janissary War. As an empire's military weakens, its subjects see an opportunity to get independence. However, many countries trying to gain independence also creates confusion, more chaos, more jockeying for power. The great powers of Europe, in order to protect their own interests and prevent one another from gaining an advantage, wanted the empire to be strengthened. Russia were the closest great power to the Ottoman Empire and were poised to gain influence over the nations the empire could no longer hold on to. France and Britain were not going to let that happen, as it could lead to Russia gaining a Mediterranean seaport. France and Britain therefore worked against Russia moving southward, such as the London Straits Convention, which would give the two countries the ability to fight Russia in the Black Sea. The second cause, and most immediate, was the treatment of Christians in the Ottoman Empire. Emperor Napoleon III had a legacy to live up to, and he wanted to increase France's own position on the continent, and so, to the detriment of Russia, he claimed authority and protection over Christians in Palestine. Russia disputed this change in authority. At first, the Ottomans recognized Russian authority over the Christians. Using gunboat diplomacy, France sent in a ship of the line known as the Charlemagne as a show of force. Refusing to back down, Tsar Nicholas I of Russia deployed army corps on the borders of Wallachia. A Russian ambassador called Prince Menshikov made large demands of the Ottoman Empire. Sultan Abdulhamid I, on British advice, rejected the most sweeping demands by the ambassador. Nicholas was incensed that he did not get all that he wanted, prepared to seize principalities on the border of the Ottoman Empire and Russia. The Sultan declared war in 1853. After a series of disasters such as the charge of the Light Brigade at Balaclava, the British public pressured for the end of the war. France also pursued peace because of its overall large casualty rate. On the 30th of March 1856, the Treaty of Paris was signed. Russia was significantly weakened after the war. Its fleet in the Black Sea was destroyed, and it was barred from further military provocative moves in the Black Sea, effectively the first compulsory disarmament imposed on a great power. The most significant change was the demise of the Concert of Europe, the balance of power system that maintained peace in the continent since the Napoleonic Wars. To remember this date, let's imagine a charge of cavalry, much like the charge of the Light Brigade. As they charge, a volley of cannon fire and gunfire sadly kills the soldiers. The horses, in respect to their fallen riders, gather around in the shape of the date, 1853 to 56. 1853 to 56, the Crimean War. Thanks for watching.